Okay. Thanks for letting us know. Fjant. Gracias. But here we go. We're getting into the ace match and spawning in the top left-hand corner of Oceanborn. Sorry, ace match? What? Getting into our final series of Group A fresh series, Game 1. And spawning in the top left-hand corner of Oceanborn, we have our Polish Protoss player, the Red Protoss representing Team Liquid. It is MaNa. And spawning in the bottom right-hand corner, we have the Swedish Zerg player, the Blue Zerg representing Team Roddy. It is Fjant. Now, as was stated earlier, for MaNa to make it out of this group, he needs to 2-0 Fjant. Not just that, he needs to 2-0 Fjant, and Ryung has to 2-0 Clem. So it's going to come down to the wire. Map score is going to be very important here for MaNa, for Ryung, for both MaNa and Ryung, to determine who makes it out and who doesn't. Oh boy, the pressure is on. The pressure is on. Likewise, of course, Fjant cannot make it out of the group, but Fjant can deny MaNa. That's the thing here. Like, Fjant, he can't make it out of the group, but he can bring MaNa down with him. He's like, I'm not making it out, but you're coming down with me, Papi. I'm bringing you down. So, yeah, there's that much more pressure on MaNa here. Definitely. But now going for a gate expand. Fjant going for a hatch gas pool. Let's go. Eon is my winner of hearts. Let's go. I'm just catching up. Who is the GOAT? Eon Blue, clearly. What do you mean? What are you talking about? How is that not clear? We are settling into our builds. Again, Fjant just going to be joining up back at home, settling into a handful of links. Queens are coming out. We'll be looking to defend. We have our take of choice. MaNa is going for a Stargate opener. Let's go. Going to be a Stargate opener. This should be for Oracles, but as we saw in the previous series, Void Ray openers are not unheard of. If you have not Void Ray, you can hunt down these Overlords. You can keep your follow-up build hidden. You can force the Zerg opponent to play things safe. And it may be a little bit inefficient as a result. We'll see what MaNa does embrace. For the time being, going to be delaying the expansion. Pylon gets thrown down. Adept is making his way across the map. But the Pylon is going to be cancelled. We get a second Pylon, and the goal here is to buy time for the Adept. It's on the way. G-Force 1 cancel, but it looks like the Adept does get here in time, and the drone has to evacuate. Very nice setup here by MaNa, containing Fjant to 2 bases. Yeah, big delay in the third. Pylon is cancelled, but the Adept just has to park itself here. Just make sure that no drone can expand. You're just bullying back these lings. Tumor does survive. A second Adept has made it. Now, with the help of link speed, we can force this back. Going for this around. We do catch one of the Adepts. We barely catch one. And now, finally, the third base can be taken, but a very delayed third. So, a very nice start here for MaNa. Hasn't killed drones, but does impact the economy nonetheless. Behind this, the first Oracle has arrived. Second is on the way. Ooh, and this is interesting. That is a Forge and a Twilight Council before the third base. Very fast tech. A very fast tech here from MaNa. As he does move out. And he will hit the third. Queens are in position. We do get 2 drone kills. Nothing else in the main. At the same time, Lings, they do check the third. They won't be able to deny it, but they do get eyes on it. I'm curious if we're going for a charge. I'm curious, like, what initial upgrade we go for on the Twilight Council. Do we go for Blink or Charge? Regardless, the upgrade is going to be quite fast. Or do we go for a Temple Archives? Are we going full Christiana? Okay, there we go. Charge is on the way, so a very early charge timing. Very early +1 charge timing here for MaNa. And this can hit like a truck. This can catch many Zerg players off guard if they don't know what's coming their way, if they happen to be droning at the time, if they don't have any roaches. This charge timing can be devastating as we have 4 more gates on the way, 6 gates in total. Lings catching out the Adept. Oh, going for the surround. But the Oracles are here. Adept goes down. Lings back off. Back at her, we're still droning. Back at her, we do not have a Roach Warren. No Roach Warren, no Baneliness yet. For now, it's still okay. But I'm concerned that we may be cutting too many corners. Like, we're already at the 5-minute 30 mark and still no tech. Okay, there we go. Roach Warren now on the way. This Roach Warren is a little bit delayed at the 540 mark. So it is a later Roach Warren. But will we have our army in time? As you can see, we're backing up Zealots. I imagine waiting for one more wave of reinforcements. There we go. 6 more on the way. 5, soon to be 6. And we are moving out. Fjant is droning. Oh. Fjant is droning up as we speak. Roach Warren is not done. And we're caught out. These Zealots, they have so much potential. Oracle gets caught. Not a bad pickoff. But there's nothing here. There's just nothing at the 3rd. There's nothing to defend. We still made more drones. Roach production has just begun. It's too late. 7 drones go down already, and we're not done. Nowhere close. We're going for the queens. We have limited transfuses available. 1 queen goes down. Soon to be a 2nd queen as well. We are buying time here at the ramp. Good position. Good positioning here. But again, we have 1 transfuse left. Roaches do arrive just in time. But we get another queen. We're getting on top of the roaches. This is still an efficient trade for MaNa. Oh, taking down so many roaches. And another queen. And we're still looking to break through. The Oracle comes in to support, to tank some shots. Oh god, we're down to 1 queen left. Down to 1. Oh, can we get it? We can. The final queen goes down. We get 2 more drones. We will clean this up, but we have Stalkers rocking up, getting an Overlord. Forced to recall back home. Bit of an overextension here at MaNa. And let's look at the trades. For 17 Zealots, which is mainly minerals and an Oracle, I guess, we got 11 drones, 6 queens, 10 roaches. How many queens do we have left? 0. 0 queens remaining. Every queen went down, which means no injects, no additional creep spreading. The macro is going to be affected. And back at home, MaNa, he's up in workers. He has the economic advantage. 65 workers, 4th base on the way. MaNa has +1, and Blink is about to finish up. MaNa, he's going for the kill. He's moving out now with a Blink-based army. And Fjant is barely holding on. Again, Fjant, unfortunately, he was just too greedy. He was cutting too many corners. We spoke about how late his Roach Warren was. The Roach Warren wasn't even done when the Zealots arrived. Like, it finished up, we made the first wave of roaches after the Zealots had hit the 3rd. And these are expensive losses. Roaches are going down, one after the other. Zealots coming to reinforce. And yeah, the number's just not in favor of Fjant. GG gets called. MaNa takes game number 1. GG. Very solid timing there out of MaNa. As a reminder, MaNa went for the Twilight Council and the Forge before expanding, before the 3rd base. Unfortunately, Fjant was not able to confirm that, was not able to get eyes on that. On top of that, it wasn't just a lack of scouting, but Fjant was delaying his Roach Warren. Like, typically we would see a Roach Warren around the 5-minute mark. We saw it much later for Fjant. He was just cutting corners. He was trying to be greedy against MaNa, and he was punished for that greed. As again, he just didn't have an army when the Zealots arrived. Because you don't expect that kind of push, right? Like, in a standard game, you don't expect that much commitment from the Protoss player. So it was a risky move out of MaNa. That's on the other side of things. It was risky to go for that kind of earlier timing from MaNa. If he gets scouted, and if his opponent's playing safe, then it can be shut down. But MaNa did get away with it. And with that, MaNa takes a lead. 1 more game is all he needs. Can Fjant fight back? And here we go. Spawning in the top left-hand corner. Oh, Golden Aura, we have our Polish Protoss player, the Red Protoss, representing Team Liquid, leading the series 1-0. It is MaNa. And spawning in the bottom right-hand corner, we have his opponent. We have the Swedish Zerg player, the Blue Zerg, representing Team Roddy, going for a 15-15. It is Fjant. 15 hatchery into the 15 spawning pool. Again, a bit of a safer opener here. It does allow us to expand on location where we choose. We'll make sure we aren't forced to expand elsewhere at the third base. There's that second gas trick for the spawning pool. Now, we have seen Fjant has played around with just playing gasless. Typically, we would take the spawning pool and we wouldn't delay our gas for too much longer. But Fjant has been willing, not just Fjant, but many Zerg players, especially on Golden Aura, have been playing around with just playing gasless, relying on queens, being a little bit more drone heavy to saturate our mineral lines. And we'll see if that's the case here for Fjant. Ooh, as he does scout for a cannon rush. I'm curious. I'm curious if MaNa does that. I think we have seen MaNa like cannon rush once before, so Fjant just a little bit concerned. Did check ahead of time. That does mean that Fjant is a little bit less efficient here because there was one drone not mining. And yeah, he's playing gasless. We spoke about it. No gases here for Fjant. He's saturating his natural base as quickly as possible. We are playing gasless. So a very greedy play here out of Fjant. There's a bit of a give and take. This does mean that Fjant won't be able to be active with his lings and he won't be able to threaten the third. It means that MaNa, the probe goes down. But MaNa recognizes the lack of gas, so he could be greedy. He could try to take a faster third base or at least be more aggressive with the adepts, just because there are no speed links to shut down the adepts either. So likewise, Fjant is cutting corners, and MaNa can scout, respond, and also cut corners as well. As MaNa is going to be going for a Stargate opener into Oracles. Again, we'll see how MaNa responds. Now, Lings are moving out. Gas now being taken at almost the 3-minute mark, at around 240. Now taking his third. Fjant is going in with his own scouts. Does spot the opening. And we'll get eyes on the tech of choice and the unit of choice as well. It is a Stargate opener, and whether it's a Void Ray or an Oracle yet to be determined. And now we confirm. Oracle first. Fjant gets a probe. Not bad. Almost a second. One probe goes down across the map. Adept does shade in. Ooh, gets 2 drone kills. Oh, aye. Yeah, better trade here for MaNa. Gets 2 drones, but again, like there's no link speed here. We can try to abuse that. We snipe the tumor. MaNa, calm down. The tumor is sniped. MaNa backing off. Behind this, we're going to take a third. Oracle's moving out. And again, we don't need anything back at home to defend. We don't need adepts here or the Oracle to wait. Just because there's nothing threatening the third base for MaNa. So we can just freely expand. Ooh, going Twilight Council first. Okay. MaNa, you have my attention. We could have been greedier, but the Oracle goes for a dive. 2 more drones go down. Adepts are cleaned up. Third base now on the way. Again, we could have taken a faster third base, but no, we chose to go for the Twilight Council. I don't see a Forge. Now I see a Forge. Never mind. Now I do see Forge, and this could be once again for fast charge. It could be another fast charge build, or we could rush into Blink. Both options are viable here for MaNa. I'm leaning towards Blink, but we'll see. I think one of the reasons why I'm leaning towards Blink is because we already saw fast charge last game, and usually it's not ideal to go for the same build 2 games in a row. This isn't quite the same build, but it is charge once again. So, same kind of setup here. We're rushing into a really fast charge. There's going to be a strong timing. If Fjant is too greedy, then he's going to be punished. Adept shade in. 4 drones go down. Ooh, for the cost of the Oracle. Very chaotic moment here for MaNa. Bleeds out the Adepts, bleeds out the Oracle. Link speed finally kicks in. And we have gone for a much earlier Roach Warren. This was thrown down around the 4-minute 40 mark, 4:30-ish. So much earlier here from Fjant. Very safe timing with the Roach Warren. And with that, he now has a chance to have an army to defend against the Zealot timing. Meanwhile, Lings get across the map. The Oracles are preoccupied. They're across the map. They're preoccupied. And probes are going down. Now it's MaNa being a little bit too greedy here. Yeah, he lost his adepts earlier. His oracles are busy, and the zealot goes down. We get 6, 7 probe kills. Ay, ay, ay. And sure, MaNa is going for an early charge timing, but with losing all these workers, that means he's going to have less warpins to work with. Yeah, 6 gateways. But his economy is going to be impacted. His bank is going to be impacted. Cannon does finish. But I would say that Fjant is in a much better position this time. And we even have roaches already. Let's go. Again, Fjant playing safe. He's got roaches. He didn't even scout the main. He doesn't know what's going on, but he just doesn't want to die. He doesn't want to suddenly die again out of nowhere. He's ready. Now, MaNa, I believe, has not seen the roaches. If you saw MaNa, he was on the edge of the gases here, and he was dancing with the queens. Checking MaNa's vision, he did see the roach horn as it was thrown down, so he should be aware that this push isn't going to be as successful as it was in game 1. And yeah, we're ready. We even have a spine. Oh my god, we even have a spine crawler. We even have the spine on the high ground. You could argue that this is a little bit overkill. This is maybe an overreaction here out of Fjant, but you know, again, he's just playing safe. I don't blame him. Clearly, he's a little bit scarred after game 1. Zealots do dive in. 3 drones go down at the same time. Bit of a link counterattack. Gets 2 probes. Fjant survives, and from here we can drone. From here we can drone up. Then we got 3 drones on the way. Roach speed plus 1 range. Now we can actually have a back and forth. Have a back and forth. We have comparable economies. 4th base is going to be a little bit delayed here thanks to the zealots. It's now being taken. Did you even catch them? 2, 3 zealots going down. Behind this, we can see 4th base away from MaNa, working towards Blink, working towards double upgrades with double forges. Interesting. So a very heavy gateway style here out of MaNa. No going for Immortals, no Archons, no Colossus. It is just purely Blink Stalkers and Charge Slots. And more of a Swarm Toss style. Force fields are looking good. We do slice up the army. Roach is having a hard time engaging. And Fjant has to retreat. More Ravagers on the way, but Ravagers are exposed. Black White Zealot run by, drags away some of these reinforcements. And Fjant, he's not droning. He has a 4th for Larva, but you can see he's cut workers here at 63. Fjant, he's making nothing but Ling, Roach, Ravager. 3 base all in out of Fjant, or at least we're committed on 3 bases. Which means we have to break the 4th. We have to at least kill the 4th, then we can think about droning. Let's rotate around. Shield batteries are done! But the army of Fjant is a little bit staggered, a little bit fragmented. Trying to push in. We get a handful of probes. At the same time, Roach counterattack here on the left-hand side. Shield batteries are in position. So far, MaNa is holding. Ooh, and a massive Zealot counterattack is going to be held against. Fjant does pull back home, though. Or he pulls back to the center of the map. The Zealots say shut down the 4th. Uh-oh. We're all in. At this point, Fjanti's all in the 4th base. Can we save it? The transfuse? Oh, it's close. And it looks like we barely can. Whew. 4th base is saved, but Fjant, he's maxed out. He's maxed out. 61 drones, that's all we have. And we need to break MaNa across the map. He's getting to Immortal production. But the Immortal's still on the way. We have to send it, baby. Roach just started stepping forward. There's 1 Ravager left. Honestly, really good target firing with this Oracle to focus on the Ravagers whenever we can. But the wave of Zerg may still be too much. I say that the Blinks are looking good. MaNa blinking back to the shield batteries. Overcharge gets popped. Roaches, they have to respect it. They have to retreat. And it looks like we should at least have control of the 4th base, but that's still not going to be enough. Not anymore. Not with how committed we are. Fighting out of range of the shield battery. The Immortal's exposed. The Immortal. It goes down. The Immortal is picked off at the same time. Oh, it looks like we have defended the 4th. Uh-oh. Fjant's running out of steam. Fjant, he's running out of roaches. He's running out of steam here. Shield batteries are running out of energy as well, but we barely have any roaches left. Barely any roaches here. Reinforcements on the way. It's still so close. But we have to give the edge to MaNa. Yeah, the soup does lie here. As Fjant has inflated army supply with roaches, he's being outscaled. We dive on forward. We focus on the Ravagers one after the other. No more Ravagers left. And MaNa's completely shutting this down. And the longer this goes on, the worse it is for Fjant. The upgrade's coming in clutch here for MaNa. He's got +2 attack, +1 armor. 5th base on the way. We don't even need the 5th. Calm down. MaNa just expanding because why not? Is taking the 5th. And mortals are building back up. And Fjant, he needs a miracle right now. He needs to somehow catch out these stalkers. There is a chance where maybe he can even go in for a backstab and catch MaNa out of position. Does at least get eyes on the 5th. But MaNa can afford to lose the 5th. Like, the 5th doesn't matter. Like, the 5th is a bonus for MaNa. Stalkers do rotate around. Oh, and MaNa's even going to save the 5th. Oof. Yeah, rough loss here for Fjant. So many roaches going down. Fjant trying to get ready for a surround. He's coming in from behind, but who's going to surround who? Because MaNa likewise does surround Fjant. Yeah, we shut down the army. The roaches, the Ravagers. Fjant just doesn't have enough. Ooh, the piles though. Oh my god. Some solid piles. This time not quite connecting. Still around my left hand side. Fjant has not been droning the entire time. This 4th base is saturated, but that's only because we're running out of mineral patches. We're just running out of money. Running out of patches. Zelrama goes for the base. This time it's going to be a kill on the hatchery. The transfuse keeps alive a little bit longer, but the base goes down. We catch the roaches. And Fjant is hurting. And I mean, sure, he's got like a large roach count, but it doesn't mean much. Back at home, we have shield batteries, we have an overcharge, we have immortals, we have the concave, the high ground. Now trying to force his way in. And this is it, the final push of Fjant. Overcharge is popped. The immortal going ham in the background. We do depower the robo. But the force fields are on point. Yeah, we cut the army in half. Fjant having a hard time engaging, and now you can see for the first time this game, MaNa takes the lead in supply. As he's had the superior army the entire time. Dives on the army, dives on the Ravagers, can focus them all down. And MaNa will clean this up. And that was the final push of Fjant. Back at home, he's just trying to rally everything together. But we're down to how many roaches? 6. 6 roaches, soon to be 5 Ravagers. MaNa's on 5 bases. Ay, ay, ay. And we're just waiting for MaNa to be the one to push out. As we settle into this game as well, shout out to Senor Sadsak in the chat. Oh my god, gracias. Thank you so much for the raid. Hope you had a great stream. Hope you had a great ladder session. Welcome everyone. Welcome to HomeStory Cup. Welcome to the B stream of HomeStory Cup. And we're wrapping up with Group A. Group A is going to be concluding. This is the final round of the group. But after Group A, we have Group B. Group B is on the horizon. Yeah, we just dive on what little is left. We focus on the Ravagers. There's 1 remaining. Reinforcements are on the way. You can see Fjant trying to hold the line, trying to survive. Can we? I'm not sure we can. GG, yeah, we're not going to be able to here. We don't deflect the army. MaNa will take it 2-0. And MaNa, I believe this confirms that MaNa is coming out of group in 2nd place? Question mark? GG. GG. I'm going to have to double check the math, but if you recall, we were notified by Fjant that MaNa needed to 2-0. He needed to 2-0 here. Sorry, I should say that for Ryung to get out of the group, Ryung would have had to 2-0 Clem and made sure that MaNa did not 2-0 Fjant. I think that was the that was what the prerequisites were for Ryung. Let's find out. Let us find out. as otherwise it comes down to head-to-head and map score and whatnot. But GG, well played. MaNa will take it. Congratulations. My condolences to Fjant. Again, there was a lot of potential here in his own 3-base all-in, but alas, unfortunately, he just wasn't able to break through. Game 1 was unfortunate. If you remember, Game 1 ended before it really began. Game 1 was just, you know, fast charge timing, and Fjant was droning, so Fjant was just caught with his pants down, caught unawares, and the game ended. Game 2 was more back and forth, and there was potential with the all-in, but again, we had just a really awkward push towards the 4th, and it was hard to bring everything together. MaNa picking Fjant apart. Let's head on over.